welcome back to the channel. Recently, I had one of the tournaments, and I'm not sure exactly when this is going to get out, but the video before this, I did that bilge pump replacement, and that resulted into what just happened here, and part of my fault too. But, and I'm sure you guys know what the title of the video, what happened is I messed up my prop, and kind of let you know a little bit of a I don't know when this video is going to come out as opposed to when it actually happened. But what happened was we had a huge thunderstorm in the morning. Boat filled up, a lot of rain. Boat filled up with water, and I turned on the bilge pump. I saw some water was coming out, but not a lot. I thought, okay, well, it's still running, but then no water, so I thought I was done. I should have checked it, but I thought it was still running fine. So I went to go get on plane, and I was going to go over a shallow area that had a rock vein on it. Now, if I'm on pad, because I made it over before, if I'm on pad and I get over it, and go over top of it on pad, I can clear it no problem. No problem at all. But when we're full of water, boat's already kind of heavy. So when we're full of water, it's having a hard time getting on pad, and so it's taking a lot longer. So before I could actually catch it, what was going on, and I was trying to, and as it was happening, I was like, oh, okay, something's wrong. As I was trying to stop, I hit a rock. What size rock, I'm not sure, but I didn't mess up my skeg, another part of the blade of the lower unit that sticks down. I didn't mess up at all, so I must have just clipped one on the side, and it wasn't real bad, so it's fixable, but that happened right there. So I bent my ear. That's the only thing that happened to it. A couple scratches on some other spots, but so that happened. So honestly, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have even ran it anyways, but I ran it before, so in that same distance, I would have made it. Fact of the matter is, I didn't make it, and I messed up my prop. So today, I'm going to show you guys what I do, or how I replace my prop. Now, I already did kind of replace it with one, but I did just go buy another used prop. So this is a Tempest Plus stainless steel 25 pitch prop, and I've been struggling. So my boat is heavy and on tournament load. You know, I'm struggling getting them on plane. So I talked to Mercury themselves, and talked to one of their service techs, and I asked him. I said, well, you know, if I drop a pitch or two, you know, will that help me? He said, yeah, it'll help you, but but I'll have to play around with it, because RPMs, stuff like that, I don't know all the technical technical stuff about it, but he said that you'll go in the right direction. And he said, from what I described to him about my setup, is that I should be running down to about a 22 to 23 pitch. So I went and bought a 23 pitch prop, used, no big deal. So I bought one of those, bought that prop, and I'm going to put that on. But right now, I'll show you guys, I put on a prop that I had just in the bottom of the boat, and it's just this guy right here. But this guy, I mean, it's very small. It would do, it's aluminum, it would make do, but yeah, I want to put a stainless steel prop on it. So what I'm going to end up doing is, when I put this not new, but this other stainless steel prop that's got a 23 pitch on it, I'm going to put that on the motor. I will put this aluminum one back in the back of the boat, just in case, and then I'm going to get this other one repaired. When I get this other one repaired, this other one's going to be my backup instead of that aluminum one. This other one will work fine for a backup. It's not going to be the greatest, but it will work. So that's the plan. But today I'm going to show you like the hub kits and stuff like that. Now you're going to have to, like, the hub kits, I'll tell you the hub kits that I got for mine, but you should really check into your prop, because each prop has a little bit different of a kit. Maybe sometimes some are more universal. You'll have to look into it yourself and just to make sure. But I will explain, I'll tell you guys which prop kits that I used for mine. For instance, both mine are the Tempest Plus, and then that other one, it'll work for that other one too. So I really only need one style of prop kit. I did buy two, however. I got one as a backup to leave in the boat. Always have a backup in the boat. Also, I'll go over this with you guys here too. Have a little kit. This is a specified kit for me for placing a prop on the water. I've got my spare hub in here, spare hub kit in there. I've got a hammer. I got a pliers. I got my ratchet for the hub for the nut, and then I've got a big flathead screwdriver to help pound out that the plastic sleeve that goes inside your prop. So sometimes you're going to need to pound that out the backside to get it out, and that worked the best for me. So all right, enough chatting, let's get to work. I'll show you guys what I got going on here. First of all, here's that kit. You can read that, screenshot it. So actually it's a Mercury Flow Torque hub assembly kit, and looks like it'll work for the Tempest, Trophy, Fury, Rev 4, Bravo 1. There it is there. Here's the prop that we're going to install it on. I'm trying to get after here. Let's open it up here. In one-handed here, I'm holding the camera. There we go. Oops, there's that sleeve here. So might as well just dump it all out here. So this will go on. First, we probably don't need this because we already got one on there, but we'll save it. We'll hang on to it anyways, just because I'm using the same kit. So so this goes on the shaft, and then your prop. It's going to go in there like that. Then you're going to tap it in there. You're going to tap that all the way down till this gap here is closed right in here. It's kind of hard to see. There's a gap right here. We're going to hammer it in there until that gap is closed and it's tight. And then this will be on this side like that, because this will already be on the shaft, the prop shaft. And then this guy here go in like that. And you got I'm not sure what this is called, but what this does is it helps lock the nut on there. So just put it on there like that. It's got two tabs here, two little spots for it, and then you put the nut on there. So what happens is when you put the nut on there, you bend these tabs up, and it helps keep that nut from coming undone. This is also a locking nut, so it's already going to do a pretty good job, but this will just help it all more. So that's how it's going to go on. And then one thing you're going to want to make sure you have is some Mercury marine grease. This stuff, it's got the list here, but I like to what everything you can use it on. It's very universal. You can use it on a lot of different things too. So very versatile. But I have this specifically for the prop shafts. So make sure you get it on the prop shaft. The spindles will help things run, help things go on and off much smoother, and also prolong the life of everything. So great to get yourself some of that kit and a prop. We'll start putting it all together now. Okay, so I'll get you my chest mount. First thing we need to do is we got to take off the prop that's on there right now. So we're going to go through this kit here. Like I said, we got another hub assembly here, and I got a little receipt for it, just in case, so that way I know exactly what I bought it, or what I bought. So I have, so this is a long screwdriver here, and this is, like I said, just so that way I can reach it in there and tap out that sleeve. So I got that. Pliers here, got the needle nose pliers. These are just in case. I haven't known to need them, but just in case. Got linesman's pliers. You never know. Rather have them than not have them and wish you had them. The main part is the ratchet. So mine happens to be inch and 1/16 size socket. Now I always get, you can use a 12 point. This is a 6 point socket. I always use a 6 point if I can get it, because it lessens the chance of you stripping it out. And sorry for the noise in the background. They're pouring concrete around the corner, so it's a concrete truck driver banging out his chute. Anyways, so, and I always put, so I'll have this in there. So I will buy one specifically for the boat, just to have it in there. Now, I didn't have the proper tools before in there, like I thought I did. I had the wrong prop wrench. Now I've got the right one. So I got that, and then got a hammer here, just in case, because knock it out, tap it there, make sure it's not a waffle head so you're not tearing up your tools. Waffle head is more for framing. And then you got 2x4 wood blocks. So, and these are great for putting it in between. I'll show you. You'll see here in a minute too. But in order to unscrew this, your prop is moving freely. So what you need to do is just put this board right there, and it wedges right there. Now you can wedge right there, and you can crank down on it and get that nut off there. And it helps to, if you got to use it for any kind of leveraging or anything else too. So that's the kit. So first, right now, well, we need that block. The cool thing is too, with all these hub kits, they all come with instructions to help you out. Alright, so now let's just wedge in here like that. Okay, like so. And then now on this one, it's got a little bit different here. So you just flip up these tabs here like that. With a screwdriver, just go all the way around, flip those up. Because what they do is they lock down in these little notches here. Okay. And then now now the nut will spin freely, because this little pocket in here is the size of your prop nut here, so it keeps it from spinning. Grab our ratchet here, just like this, just like that. There it is. Okay. Turn that off there. And pull this guy out here. Now I can stay there for now. Okay, now we just pop the prop. Okay. Get that off there. Okay, now we'll just pop this off here like that. And you can see I already put a bunch of grease on there from before when I put this one on. There she is there. And we'll still put a little bit more on the shaft as we put this on there again. But yeah, we'll take it back to the bench here. Okay, yeah, there we go. So a little tap. This guy pops out, and so here's that. Here's the end of that sleeve. So I was talking about earlier. And just put that part of the screwdriver there. Just give it a little tap. Kind of work it from side to side. It's a little easier if you do it like this, though. There. Okay. There we go. Right out of there. So ideally, I mean, you probably could have just left it in there and then just left it in the back of the boat. But I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it kind of contained. I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag like this, just to keep it nice and clean. So here's this here, and just put it down in the Ziploc bag there. Good to go. So since all these kits are universal, you don't really need to keep, I mean, like if you look at the nut here that we got here, we could probably replace this nut. We probably will, maybe just to be safe. But here's the other part here, so we will put this in the kit. Use the Ziploc bag here. But yeah, so we will replace the nuts here just to make sure it's a clean one, because it's got a different setup. And then yeah, so then this will actually just go in the back of the boat in the bottom. Now we will get this other one set up here. So we'll take this guy out of here. Okay, gotta get rid of a couple things here. Okay, so now we've got to tap this down in. Let's close this gap here. This is the new one. So just tap her down in. Remember, don't use a waffle head. Okay, so forgot to mention, so this is a 2-piece here. So this will go in a little bit easier to knock it down in there. This way. Okay, so we got this tap down in there all the way. There we are. The gap isn't fully closed, but it's in there as far as it's gonna go. Got that like that. We can go ahead and put this baby right on. So what we're going to do is get this grease here. And I mean, it's got a good amount of grease on there already, but we'll just add a little bit more here. Just rub her in there. A little bit more on the bottom side here. There we go. Just like that. Now we'll put the prop on here. So before I put the prop on, this washer piece, this piece here that comes with your kit, since my kit is universal, I don't really need to replace this one. Plus I checked my old one right here and it looks pretty good. There's no damage to it, nice and tight, and we're good to go. So I will save this for a backup, leave in the boat just in case. So I just want to let you guys know this would typically go on, and then the prop. Now the prop on here. There we go, just like that. Almost there. And then now we'll see that on there. So now all we gotta do is put this guy on here. Okay, just like that. Here we are. And then now we'll put the washer on there, and then the nut, prop nut. Let's pour it on here. Okay, gotta kind of hold it as you do this, but it'll work out. Okay, there we go. Just tighten her up now. Nice and tight. There we go. There we go. But now you see our tabs are a little off here. So something like that, we can either tighten it a little bit more or back it off. And I think, let's see here. I'll try to tighten a little bit more, but I don't want to go too tight. Okay, here's that. Yeah, that's good. Alright. And now our tabs are right there. So now all you would do here is just take your screwdriver or pliers, wherever you want, and just bend those tabs up. They're pretty stout, so I think once you bend the tabs up, I would take a pliers and squeeze them, crimp them towards that nut there. That actually worked out pretty good. Might not need to use the big pliers. There you go. That'll do it. Ready to go. And that's it. That's it, guys. So just make sure you got a good toolkit that you need for doing the prop work, doing everything you need. You know, you got your something to pry on, a large flathead screwdriver for me, ratchet, nice little ratchet here, 1 or 2 pieces of blocks of 2x4, of course the grease for the prop shaft, and then you know some miscellaneous tools, a couple. You could do maybe a couple of different pliers. I have those. Maybe I should do like maybe a channel lock pliers in there too, to crimp those if I needed to. But it'll work, and plus keep a hub kit in with your kit there too, so that'll actually keep things all together and all in one place. So when you know you go to work on your prop or anything to do with your prop, you'll have all your tools right in one spot, along with your hub kits. So that's it, guys. That's all. It's really all it is. It's fairly simple, easy to do on the water, especially if you've got the right tools. Just if you're going to do it on the water, go up shallow in a spot where you can get out and do it. If you can't get to a spot like that, then go ahead and do it out in the middle of the water. But just beware. You just want to be careful not to drop anything, or you just want to make sure you don't drop anything. So take precautions. Tie tools to your wrists or something like that if you're really worried about it. But it can be done. So, and there's a lot of other different tools out there and stuff like that. And guys, I'm no expert at this, so please just take this with a grain of salt. This might not, this is just the kit that works with me. I've got a Tempest Plus prop, and this is the hub kit, the Flow Torque 2 hub kit that works for me. Things might be different for your prop. Just take a look at it, look at your prop, look at the specs, and then take a look at the hub kits that you need, and then check out the tools you need to, and make sure you have those tools in with your toolkit on the boat. Make sure you can do it on the boat. And if they're in your boat, you don't have to put them in your truck, because it's always going to be with your boat. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it. Thanks a lot for watching and sticking around for this. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video.